you? Joyce Russell, welcome to Boss.
Thank you, Allie. It's great to be on the show.
I love it. I'm so excited to have you. So for everyone who hasn't seen Boss yet, you need to watch. Boss is my exciting LinkedIn video thought leadership series where I interview my badass executive network to help others learn, network, and pay it forward in this crazy new normal that is 2020.
Allie, I'm the middle daughter of a farmer from Florida, and my dad loved to grow and plant produce. He planted it, and of course it grew. And I love to grow and plant people. So I'm in the perfect role with Adecco and perfect role in the foundation, which is really around upskilling and reskilling, equality, and giving back in our local communities.
Love, love, love. And so just for context for everyone here, how do we know each other?
We know each other because you were leading a big group at General Assembly, which is an Adecco group company, and I was immediately gravitated toward you, your positivity, your energy, the difference you were making in the world. And so I wanted to meet Allie Leviton.
I'll never forget. We had breakfast at one of my favorite breakfast places, Le Pain in Flatiron in New York City. You were here for a trip, and I think our 15-30 minute breakfast probably turned into almost an hour. We might have both been wearing leopard that day because leopard is both of our neutrals. And it's been a wild ride working on the future of work and everything from Fortune's Most Powerful to Next Gen, which depending on when this airs, I will be at Next Gen next week. I know that you were just at Most Powerful. So really just, appreciate our partnership. You have a top book out right now on leadership. You also have just won an award this morning.
2020 might have not been the year to launch a book, but I think the book that we launched is so relevant right now. And it's about put a cherry on top, generosity in life and leadership. And isn't that what we all need right now? So I launched yesterday a social movement around 100 days of kindness and generosity and putting a cherry on top in every interaction. And then this morning, the Adecco Group US Foundation won the Elevate Award, which is our industry award for making the biggest difference around upskilling and reskilling. So it's quite a morning to be on your show.
Where did it all come from? How did you get to where you are now?
Well, I actually started in an entry-level role with the Adecco Group, a while back, and really worked my way up. And so I had a tremendous amount of leadership from former leaders with Adecco, sprinkling fertilizer on me, and me taking that fertilizer and growing. And then I started a little bit late, Allie, and that's what I've coached you and others on, is the network outside of work. And one of the things that I got involved with was the Committee of 200, Fortune's Most Powerful Women, Women Corporate Directors, International Women's Forum. So I really think that you need to also leverage the power of the network outside of your company and not just inside the company. And I think that really made a difference. I think they say that you're the average of your friends. Mm-hmm. And so I elevate my friend network, which I have done and learned so much from amazing men and women on this amazing journey and ride.
Your opinion, what do you think are the most important leadership qualities for executives today?
Well, I think they pivoted a little bit in 2020. I think empathy comes immediate to mind, positivity, excellent communication skills, the ability to see around the corner, that strategic view. I think having the personal courage to do the right thing. But I think if I go back to the very first one I said, and that's around EQ and empathy. And in your former shows, I saw a lot of people talk about EQ and empathy. So I think that would be number one right now.
The world needs more diversity and women in tech roles, data roles, leadership roles, marketing roles. The new 2020 Global 500 list came out. Women run just 13 out of 500 of the companies that made the cut. There are no women of color on that list. RBG also just passed, who is a big feminist icon for a lot of us. Speak to me about these stats.
So I think the numbers and the stats are unacceptable, just unacceptable. We have got to make a difference and do something. So I think when you're in a leadership role or in a peer role, we've got to give more support. We've got to give more stretch assignments. We've got to take more risk. And we have to make a difference and change this. We cannot continue on the path.
Yeah.
So I think the future of work is actually brighter. I think some of the things that have happened in 2020 have brought this right to the front. Pillar in the Adecco Group Foundation is around women's equality and equity. And so I think, Alan, we've just got to put our handprint on this country and our companies, and we've got to make a difference.
Yeah. And on that note too, and we are both moms, a lot of women are opting out based on the data right now within this world because of childcare issues and hybrid issues and all the reasons that, you don't want women to have to opt out of the workforce. Any advice on that too?
I think it's around communication and talking and saying, you don't have to opt out. I'm going to opt in with you. And I think the Bank of America person at the Paradigm for Parity conference said, make space for grace.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm doing with my direct reports who are balancing so much right now is I'm just giving them a lot of space. You need to give yourself grace, right? I heard that, we don't have a map for this. We've got a compass and we know which direction we want to go, but no one's done this before. We're all in this together.
I have never been invited to so many Board of Ed meetings or PTA meetings or, this is what we're doing. How are you I will say the Facebook moms group has been blowing up just in terms of working parents trying to figure out how to manage this right now.
Silver lining in all of this is we're getting a little bit more time with really important people, our family. I think the future of work is going to be more fluid, more agile, more inclusive, fairer, representative, diverse, and distributed.
Yeah.
And I love all of those adjectives for the future of work. I'm excited about what that's going to look like.
You're involved in so many boards beyond just kind of your day job. You are also, as I mentioned, a mom. Like, what are some of your passion projects, whether related to board work or life work?
One of the passion projects is Dress for Success.
Yeah.
It's an amazing nonprofit that's really giving people a hand up. I mean, it's so easy, Allie, to give your gently used clothes, right, for that interview, even if it's on Zoom, now look great. But it's really about giving that opportunity to connect with work. And what we're doing in the foundation right now is sprinkling fertilizer on those mid skills. And we have 5,000 individuals that are getting free access to upskilling through the Adecco Group Foundation. And so that made me super excited here that people could, even in a difficult year, by us giving access to that upskilling.
Boss is open to sponsors, and I do actually happen to be wearing Zara again, which was called out on my other, and Zara's doing very well right now. I read this really interesting article about retail. So, just saying, putting it out there between Zara and Dunkin' Donuts, there's a bunch. Anyway, it is time for the lightning round. Joyce, are you ready?
I think so.
1. What is the most important skill that leaders need for the future of work in one word?
Courage, personal courage.
Name your career role model or favorite boss.
Favorite boss was Ray Rowe. He was a former general in the United States Army, and he picked me to be his chief operating officer.
That's awesome. Favorite programming language, if you have one?
Python.
Book that everyone needs to read.
Allie. Cherry. Generosity in Life and Leadership.
Favorite TV show or movie?
Forrest Gump. Always positive, looking for the positivity in every single person, whether it be Captain Dan or Jenny or his mom. I love Forrest Gump.
Life is like a box of chocolates. And I will say, Tom Hanks brought me hope at the beginning of this crisis when my in-laws had it, and thankfully are fine. The one piece of advice for future bosses.
Build your culture, most important thing you will ever do.
One thing you'll commit to do in 2020 to help pay it forward.
Upskill more people. Well, I think that you vote with your time, and Allie, there's nobody that I'd rather spend time with than you, and maybe sprinkling a little fertilizer on the people as they watch this. But remember, in life, you vote with your time.
Thank you again. Everyone should watch every week. Everyone should read Joyce's book. Thank you again.
Absolutely.
Talk to everyone soon.
Thank
Bye.
you, Allie. Thanks so much.